Find out today was basically where the seashore stood going forward from here. There are still some procedures that they have to follow through within the town of Chatham, and we're trying to get an indication if they're willing to do that or if they're going to proceed without authorization. And they kind of went back and forth on it. It appears that he will get the proper authorization for bringing the barges in. It sounds to me like he was perfectly willing to ignore the authorization from the police chief to operate on the beach, which was frustrating. And I think the most frustrating part for the people in Chatham and the supporters of the camps is to hear Superintendent Price say, we've determined that we've met all of the obligations and met all the requirements of the community. I'm sorry, but I think that's the town of Chatham's responsibility, and for them to determine if in fact all of their rules and regulations have been met, not Superintendent Price's.
Well, basically, as we know, the North Beach cottage issue with the National Park Service in the town has been very contentious. I totally understand the emotions behind it all. We talked a lot about it here in the Advisory Commission meeting this afternoon, and obviously the commissioners were still hoping that we could delay a year. And the Park Service's position is that basically we feel that several of these continue to be in jeopardy, and therefore it's our responsibility to take them down. We believe that 3 of them at this point are basically subject to storms right now, and the sooner we can take them down, the less they would potentially be a safety hazard, an environmental hazard, and a threat to navigation. And also we believe that any additional delays will cost the taxpayers more money. So we're trying to pursue our responsibility to take care of the 5 cottages that the National Park Service owns and to get them out of harm's way as soon as we can. Well, you're aware that last Tuesday the Board of Selectmen had an emergency meeting, and they decided to impose some regulations from the Parks and Recreation Commission, which we don't believe apply in this particular case.
Great. All right.